to the Southern Indiana Preps Podcast. I'm here with this week's guest, Wenkers Wright, Floyd Central running back. Wenkers, how are we doing today?
I'm good. Practice about to start,
Yeah, Thursday here. You're getting ready for a matchup with Seymour.
Yep.
I assume you guys have seen some film on them. Let's talk about that first. What do you see from a Seymour squad coming off a loss to New Albany, I believe?
Okay.
And,
yeah.
What impresses you about them?
Well, what impressed me about them was the fact that they lost to East by 14-7 was the score. Factors played in that. East was down a few players. The weather was not at its best whatsoever. But each week we scheme for the new offensive type that they play. We change our defense. Offense, we get a new play in every now and then, and it's just take it a week at a time and scheme for the team that we're playing that week.
Okay. I guess I think Coach alluded to this last week, or maybe in other weeks as well. But obviously teams are gearing up to limit those big plays.
Yeah,
I would
sure.
imagine, right? How are you trying to adjust to that, and are you guys as an offense figuring out ways to adjust to that?
As an offense, we're just trying to keep doing what we've been doing. Each day we have offensive days. So we have our linemen, they go through their blocking, and if they get it wrong, we go back and we just redo it. And we get our blocking right, and we just try to continue what we've been doing this whole year.
That offensive line in front of you, I know you've given them credit for some of your success. And what have you guys kind of continued to gel together? That's a pretty important part of the running game, right?
Oh yes, that's for sure. Yeah, they're texting me. It's great. I love my linemen. They love me, and it's just a give and take situation.
Okay. How do you feel like you're continuing to evolve as a running back? How are you growing as a player right now?
As a player, this year has been an amazing year, obviously, and it's a much better year than I was expecting on an individual standpoint. So I just take what I learned from junior year and I put it in the senior year next year, and I hope that I do even better.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed you and Tristan, right, made a college visit recently.
Yes,
How did that go up to Indianapolis to Marion University?
Yes, we both went to Marion University, and that was a very impressive university. We both got on the field. We talked to the coaches, the players, the athletic trainers. It was a really, really great experience, and I'd be glad to go back and do it again.
Right. Are you looking forward to the recruiting process even more and seeing who else might be interested?
Mm-hmm. Yep, for sure.
Do you know what kind of direction you want to study in college?
Yes, so far I've been wanting to go into business management, marketing, and sales.
Okay, very cool. Let's see here. As far as, let's rehash a little bit of your background. And you moved here from Haiti at age 6. And, I guess take me through that process. Do you have memories of at age 6 even?
Yes, I do. It was just a normal day at the orphanage. Me and my brother, we were just, relaxing. Then all of a sudden, my parents they pulled up in a white truck. And my whole family, my biological family was there. They brought us pizza, which I didn't like much, pizza and M&Ms. And, to me, I was 6 years old. It was just another day. And Gregory was 8 years old, just another day to him. And before we knew it, we were in the truck and we were on our way.
Okay. Yeah, that's your older brother. And you were adopted together here. And, did you guys get into, obviously you fell in love with football. And did you both get into sports a little bit when you were young?
Yes, we started playing soccer because that was the main sport we played in the orphanage. So it made sense that when we got to America, just start playing soccer. So we did, and that was the first sport we played. And then eventually we moved away from soccer. Gregory went to to basketball. I went to football, and here we are now, still in football.
Yeah, I think your dad told Josh Cook in his feature story a while back that you just were a little too rough on the soccer field.
Yes, I was.
You're a natural fit for football, and did you start watching football on TV and that sort of thing, and really kind of getting a better feel for it?
It was actually going to one of these high school games for Floyd Central. That's when I first experienced, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is football.
Yeah.
This looks like a lot of fun. So I told my dad, and before I knew it, I had a helmet and shoulder pads on for my first game.
I think you talked about how you played soccer in Haiti, and so that was a natural fit to try.
Yes.
I mean, playing sports here though too, was it also just a good way to kind of make friends and become immersed and make friends and that sort of thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So playing soccer in Haiti, it seemed logical for my dad to put me in soccer here in America. So that was the first sport that me and my brother both played, and I played it, and I was a little too aggressive because in Haiti, you know, we were barefooted, street rules. And then we come here, and I got cleats, and everybody's not as aggressive. And then I came to one of the Floyd Central football games on Friday night, and I watched, and I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
This is great. So I told my dad I wanted to play, and I was in shoulder pads and helmets the next thing I knew.
All right. You also run track, right?
I do.
You know, how has that gone for you? Obviously, the sprinting has probably helped your football skills, I would imagine. And is that correct? I mean, your running technique, and have those coaches helped you with that?
Yes, our coach, Coach Cutter, he's always driving into me, running form, stretching, hamstrings very much. And this track is just a great sport for conditioning when it comes to football. And, you know, it's just a real man's sport, that's for sure.
Okay. All right. What are we looking for? You know, we're heading into a regular season finale, of course, and then you guys will have a week off to prepare for sectional opponent Bedford North Lawrence once again. You know, how important is this final regular season game for you guys as a team?
So as a team, we have a goal, and the next goal up is to get 8 wins on the season. So far, we're at 6-2. So if we win this game against Seymour, it'll bring us one step closer with 7 wins, and you know, just the next thing from that, take it week by week and get our 8th win.
Wankers, appreciate the time. It was a pleasure talking with you, and we'll look forward to watching you these last few weeks or seeing how far you guys can go. Thanks for your time. This next segment, we're here with Coach James Bragg. We're going to do our high school football matchups for this week. We're going to key a little bit about Floyd Central. Obviously, they're hitting the road and going to Seymour. Coach, it's got to be a big game for you guys because, one, you're off the following week as you get ready for New Albany and sectional play. But two, I think you're coming off of a win, but it seems like you guys weren't overly enthused with how you guys played, right? I mean, you scratched and clawed and held off Bedford North Lawrence last week.
Yeah, it's football season. It's week 8, 9. And anything can happen. Last week, Mother Nature threw a huge wrench into the game plan, and then.
So as far as it was a tough conditions last week against Bedford, but you guys still pulled it out. Just looking for a more sound performance, I would imagine this week, right?
Yeah, we're looking to have a couple guys back from injury, which will help us out. Just to have a nice. It finally falls here. That's one thing we told our kids. We went from 90 a week ago to what we had the rainstorm game, and this week it's been pretty chilly. So we told them, if you want to move forward and set our goals, regional or sectional, whatever, you got to play in the elements. It's Southern Indiana football. So the kid. It's been funny. Some kids come out there trying to be big muscle men in their normal gear, and then the other guys got their sweatshirts on. Hell, I got a sweatshirt on now. Like, I'm cold. I don't like the cold, so I'll be bundled up.
Hey, be prepared, right?
Yeah.
It's it is interesting. You see it in the NFL when the temperatures are 10 degrees in the playoffs, guys with no sleeves, right?
And I'm like, that's fine. You're getting paid $3 million or $30 million. I would be in a full Carhartt underneath my gear. So
Under Armour, yeah. It's as far as Seymour, they're one of the better teams in the league. They've had a nice year. They are coming off of a loss to New Albany, so New Albany was able to have a good outing there. And what do you see on film of the Seymour squad?
Well, they're very talented all across the board. They started off really hot. I think they had some injuries that plagued them there in the middle of the year, and their schedule got a little bit tougher. But they played very well. You lost to New Albany by a field goal, which New Albany is a much better team than what their record shows. That's a very good group of kids over there right now. East, it was 14-7 in the monsoon last week, and then lost that game. So they're very explosive on offense. If they run that zone in the power game, and if that kid gets any room at all, he's gone. When we saw that in the New Albany game, he showed that. He showed it early in the year with Jeff, and the quarterback currently right now is playing extremely well. Their passing game's really starting to click. And, in the future, in the past years, when Floyd's played them, that's what's been our Achilles heel, is they lost sleep with the inside run, the power game, where they get really good about ourselves, and all of a sudden they play action fake us for a big play and get a 25-yard gain, So that's one thing we've harped on this year, especially this week, was, a year ago we were up there, same kind of scenario. Both teams were we're kind of young, if you can be young this late in the year, but we were winning. We were up, I think, 2 scores, and they play action past us for a big game, and that jump started their comeback, and then eventually their win by, I think it's 4 points. With 11 seconds to go, they run another bootleg and score. So our kids haven't forgot that. That really left a bad taste in our juniors' mouth currently, now our seniors. So, one thing we told them is you finish the regular season. We got our sectional draw, and we know Bedford's coming back here. We don't care about that right now. We got to finish the season. We want to be 7-2. Saturday morning we wake up and look at the newspapers. So they've been focused in this week. We've had a really good week of practice, and I'm excited for tomorrow.
Okay. One thing I asked Wenkers was about how teams are obviously keying on him, and I think you touched on that last week. But how have you guys learned to adjust to that, and how is he adjusting to that extra attention that he's obviously gotten since having a tremendous start to the year this fall?
Well, him having those big games at the beginning of the year, were great for him. But for us, they did. They started keying on. They knew exactly what they were doing. It's stop Wenkers. So much improved from where it was week 1. We're getting the ball to the outside more. We're getting the middle of the field, down the field more. We chart ourselves at the beginning of the year. We just weren't where I thought our passing game should be. So we started doing more play action with him. Tristan Polk's had a great year running the football. We've counted on him to run the ball. He's done that too. So, like last week, Wenkers had 23 carries, for 150. The week before that, when we're playing Jennings, he only had 8. So it just depends on what they're giving us, what we're going to take. And you've talked to Wenkers, and Wenkers is a very understanding young man about what we're doing. There's games we walk up to him week 1 or Mondays, and I say, look, you're more of a decoy this week. They're going to tee off on you, and this is what they're going to do. These are what we're going to run, and if they don't, then yeah, you're going to gash them still. But teams are much more prepared for number 21 this year, at the beginning of the year, at the end of the year than they were at the beginning. So.
Okay. Looking ahead at the sectional, New Albany is your guys' matchup, and Bedford is your guys' matchup, of course, and New Albany is playing Jeff on the other side. And you mentioned New Albany is an improved team. I think Jeff's an improved team too. What's your breakdown of just what those teams have been able to do lately?
Well, it goes back to I think the same question asked me in week 3, and I still go with the same answer because it's true. Any 4 teams in our sectional can win it. We can win. We could easily win it. Jeff could easily win it. New Albany and Bedford. So the big thing is just take care of one opponent at a time. We got Bedford coming up. They're going to run that option. They are extremely well at it. Dry field. With them on a dry field, they're even more dangerous about it. We harp to our kids when we play them. We can be perfect for 60 plays. And 4 plays, you don't do what you're supposed to. You don't tackle the quarterback. You don't do your assignment. That goes for 28 points. You lose the game 28-21. You know what I mean? So we got to be disciplined against those guys. Then moving forward, whoever we get, it's going to be a big game. Jeffersonville and New Albany are both very good programs right now on the up. We played them tough at the beginning of the year, but that was also back in September. And September is such a long time ago compared to now. So they got guys coming back off injuries. What I've seen on film, because we got the Seymour film, New Albany, that new quarterback they have in there, seems like he has much better control of the game. The Johnson kid, I believe his name, Miles Johnson, he's running a lot better right now. And they got some new linemen back in there. They got some of those guys they didn't have. They lost early in the season to injuries that they got back now. So that's a totally different team, And Jeffersonville, still Jeffersonville. They can pound you. They can throw it deep. They're playing discipline on defense. They're a very solid team. So, like I said, after Friday night, we throw the records out. So if we're 7-2 or 6-3, it's over. November 1st or November 2nd when we play, both teams are 0-0, and it's win or go home.